Alright, so welcome back, guys, and welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today we're giving you guys my review for Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 6, Bury Her Next to Jasper's Leg. Now, Fear the Walking Dead is something interesting. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way to miss more Walking Dead content from me moving forward. Now let's begin. So, we got another great episode of Fear the Walking Dead. Now this one mainly focused on June, Sarah, Luciana, and Wes. Now Wes didn't really do much in this episode. He ended up getting hurt badly when the oil field was, damaged. So he wasn't really in this much, which I was kind of disappointed in. I do like Wes as a new character, so I was kind of hoping we got some stuff with him. Unfortunately, we did not get much, so I was kind of disappointed there. But what we did get was really, really great. I really did enjoy this episode. And like I said, it was mainly focused on June now. And we did get some Luciana, but Luciana wasn't the main focus. I know some people were upset about that and disappointed. But the issue there with Luciana is she's not a dynamic character. She is a static character. Luciana does not have a story arc because she's not a dynamic character. She's a static character. So she's not going to have much to do. And that's kind of the issue I feel like people aren't realizing with Luciana is she isn't supposed to have a real story arc, which I understand that people want to see more of her, and yes, they definitely could do more of her, but they're kind of restricted due to her story arc. I mean, she's kind of like Dwight on the main show, and she's just there for pretty much plot reasons, nothing really else. But then we got some stuff with Sarah and June. Now this stuff with Sarah and June was very cool. I like how they put these two characters together, as we never seen them together. We saw that they're pretty much running kind of like a mobile medical trailer, and they end up picking up this one guy who was badly hurt in the beginning of the episode, and they're trying to help him. I guess his appendix burst. However, June isn't able to save him, and he ends up dying in the trailer. Now I really like this moment because it was something very cool and different, because this guy turns in the trailer. Now the trailer is very cramped spacing, so it made for a lot more intense and on the edge of your seat moments when this guy turned in the trailer, as it put June and Sarah in more danger, as there's not much room to move and try to get away from him, which I really did like. It was a nice touch there. So it was a short moment, but it was still a nice extra edge of your seat kind of moment of danger for them. I mean, I knew Sarah wasn't dying because they just promoted her to a series regular this season. It's her first episode. No way they're killing her off here. And I never believed that they were going to kill off June. But then we get them, having a drink. I like how they brought up Wendell, and we end up seeing him towards the end of this episode. And I really like what they did there. But then they end up showing John and June as they are traveling along. And I guess that, like we saw in episode 4, you got John, who's still trying to deal with and come to terms with everything that happened with Janice. And he's just kind of realizing that Janice was right, and how everything that goes on in Virginia's communities, it changes you, and that it makes you a different person. And John doesn't really want to be that person anymore. He wants to get out of there. He wants to run away. But June doesn't want to leave. She feels like she's actually making a difference. She's saving people's lives, and that she doesn't want to leave, as she feels like she's actually doing some good under Virginia. Which I really like these contrasting moments between these two characters. Like, you got her, and then you got Dwight and Sherry last episode. I'm really enjoying these contrasting viewpoints in these episodes and everything regarding that. It's a really cool and different idea as how both these characters, or how these characters, one has gone this way and wants to go this direction, and the other has gone through this and wants to go in this direction. So I really like that. It actually is something that is different, and I actually like how they're doing it. And again, we got them traveling. John wants to leave. He says they can go to his cabin that we saw back in season 4. However, again, June says she doesn't. Now, while they're traveling, you got them being radioed that, the oil field has been erupted, and that there are people there that need help and saving. So they then rush there, and we got Luciana, who informs them that there was an eruption of one of the oil tanks or something like that. I don't really know how the oil stuff works, so I'm assuming something around those type of things happen there. And you got them who show up along with Virginia. Now, Virginia tells John to take the high ground and watch them from above as they go in to rescue people inside the, chaos of the oil fields, which I really liked. Now, you got them rescuing people and they're badly injured people. Now, while they're there, they notice that on one of the tanks, you got the whole, at the end is the beginning, painted on the top of the, oil things. So I'm assuming the other two guys with the submarine have something to do with this. Now we know they are dead, but I'm assuming that there are more people within their group. So I'm curious to see what goes on there and how that whole thing works out. Now Virginia realizes this and she goes after them, wanting to know what happened. Now we did see in the beginning of the episode how she was interrogating this woman who had run away, as I guess she was involved in this group, and Virginia was trying to figure more information out about this group, as she had spray painted the end as the beginning. However, this woman ends up committing suicide, so Virginia is unable to get the information she needs. So I really like that. However, while they're trying to find evidence or information on this group, you got Virginia's Rangers who find Wes's spray paint stuff that we saw that he carries from last season, because we know he likes painting. Now, this is something I really loved. We have this part of a character, Wes, who's a painter, and actually used this part of his character as a, way to interpret and to carry this plot point in with these, spray painters. As, Wes is a spray painter, it makes sense that they'd be questioning him. Now, we as the audience already know that he's not involved with these people, but Virginia's group does not notice. So I really liked how they incorporated his whole spray painting thing, and how you got Virginia who's just trying to get the information. June wants to save Wes. However, Virginia is mainly just focused on, getting the information, and is even going as far as nearly killing Wes just to try and get the information she wants. Now, Virginia eventually allows June to save Wes and the rest of the injured. Now, as they're trying to escape, though, you got an explosion that goes off, and it traps Virginia and June in this area, I guess, in a bunch of debris. Now, once the explosion goes off and they get stuck there, you got Virginia, who is attacked by a walker and bit on the hand. Now, this was extremely crazy and unexpected. I don't think any of us expected Virginia to get bit or anything like this. So I really liked it. It was a nice surprise, and I feel like we don't usually get these kind of surprises in The Walking Dead anymore. I don't think we've gotten it in Fear or the main show in a very long time, so I really liked how they put this in here. And it was just a random episode 6 moment, so it was like, you didn't see this coming, so I really liked how they incorporate that in. Now, you got Virginia, who begs June to cut off her hand and save her. However, June just doesn't listen at first and just is willing to let her die. And you got Virginia, who's pleading with her and tells her to hand her the axe because she'll just do it herself if June isn't willing to do it. And you got her mentioning how she was doing this for her. This was never about anything else but other than her. So I'm assuming this her is relating to Dakota, her sister. Now I also think she said Dakota in the episode. I'm not sure. But I really like that idea, because I feel like this means that even though her methods aren't totally pure, Virginia's, making a better future and doing what she's doing to make sure her sister has a future and the world is a better place for her. Again, while it's not pure, it makes you get to see why she's doing these things she's doing. Even though she's going to drastic measures to do them, she has a reason for doing them. But then eventually you got June, who, after seeing Virginia break down, she makes a deal with Virginia. Now, we didn't see this originally on screen, it's revealed later, but she makes a deal with Virginia that she'll cut off her hand, I guess, and Virginia will give her a hospital to set up, because we heard in the beginning of the episode that June had been asking Virginia for a hospital so that she can actually set up a place to work medicine rather than just using the mobile trailer. So I really like that. Now you got June, who ends up cutting off Virginia's arm. Now, there's a lot of argument going around as to why June didn't just kill Virginia. Now, I'm going to say this. I feel like there's an easy explanation to this, as if June returns with just herself and not Virginia. Now, she knows that Virginia, I feel like the people know Virginia's there. I think they even radioed on the radio to tell her people to get there. And so I feel like if June just comes out without Virginia, it'll make June look bad and cause some issues. So that's why I kind of defend why June didn't kill her. It would put her and the rest of their people in danger of, you know, something bad happening to him. So I think that they needed to keep Virginia alive for that reason. And, it's just something like that. They need to keep her alive. They can't kill her off. First off, I think it's premature to kill her off right now. But I also like the idea of, you know, you can't just kill this main villain off because her henchmen and the Rangers will end up questioning this and wondering, is June really telling the truth and she didn't make it, or did she kill her? And, and if you got this person who killed their leader, there's eventually going to be revenge by the Rangers. So it just puts June and the rest of the people in danger and makes sure June's safe and gives her what she wants and makes sure Virginia is alive and that her people still have their leader. So I agree on that, June not killing Virginia, and I like that idea. Now, once all said and done, you got June, who reunites with the rest of the group at the mid-trailer. They inform them that, they're not, they've got a place set up to practice medicine. And then you got that, it's revealed that June made a deal with Virginia to have Wendell join them. And it's revealed that June, Wendell, Sarah, Luciana, and Wes will move on and start their hospital together. Now, I really like that. Now, one thing I was a little disappointed in is I wish we had seen Wendell earlier. Now, I'm assuming he's been working the oil fields, but I feel like it would have been nice to see him earlier in the season just to see what he's been up to, split apart from Sarah, rather than just seeing him, split apart for a little bit and then reunited at the end of this episode. So I really would have liked to seen him somewhere else in one of these communities, but I'm okay with it, I guess. I'm gonna kind of give it a pass, but it was something I wish that they could have fixed. But then you got the group reuniting and John telling June, asking John to come join them. However, John is still saying that he doesn't want to join them. And we got them traveling, and towards the end of the episode, as they're heading out, they come to a fork in the road, and John ends up splitting up with them and heading off in a different direction. Now, I really like this. However, one thing I wish they had done is have Virginia, or have John stop at the crossroads or the fork in the road and think for a minute and decide whether think about whether he should go with June or go on his own. Just stay there for a few seconds and then decide to go on his own. I feel like that would have worked a little bit better, but because I feel like it was a bit rushed there, as John just going off on his own right at the fork in the road. So I think that they should have had him stay parked there for a minute and then decide to go off in a different direction. I think that would have worked a lot better. But overall, I think I like what they did there. Again, I feel like this was a good, decent episode. At the end of it, you had Virginia asking for Dakota. So I'm assuming we're going to get some good scenes with them in the next episode, as maybe we'll see the two of them in actual scene together. We'll actually get to see some of them. Now, we know Dakota's running away in the next episode, but I'm hoping before that we actually get some scenes between the two of them before she actually runs away. I mean, we'll have to see. But, you never know what could happen. But again, really solid episode. If I had to give this episode a grade, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10, maybe 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10. Really great episode, and I can't wait to see what they have planned for the mid-season finale next week. Now, even though it's a mid-season finale, I don't have high expectations, as it wasn't originally planned for the mid-season finale, so I don't have high expectations for it in regards to it being a mid-season finale, and I don't think you should either. I just think it's going to be a good episode, probably set up for the mid-season finale, but nothing like crazy I predict going on here. But I do expect it to be another good episode, as so far season 6 has had a pretty good track record in regards to their episodes so far this season. So yeah, guys, that's my review of Fear the Walking Dead season 6 episode 6, Bury Her Next to Jasper's Leg. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon to never miss more Fear the Walking Dead content from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the best section of my YouTube channel. As always, I'm Vision Hero Boy Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.